Oh, you know what the music means. It's time for Friday Night Sports Extra. I'm Julian Minnesone. This man right here is Alex Crescenti. I would say frenetic Friday.
Right.
Because...
Or maybe frigid.
Frigid Friday. Actually, I like that one better. It's the coldest Friday we've had. It was also a little bittersweet because it's the end of the season for some of the Washington teams, but the beginning of the playoffs for the Idaho teams and soon to be the Washington teams as well.
Yeah, some teams got some byes, but for the rest, they got the first round of the playoffs tonight.
And that's where we're going to start right here. Post Falls hosting Mountain View in the first round of the 5A state playoffs out in Idaho. Mountain View will start with the ball. They're going to ultimately drive down to the 1-yard line, 4th and goal, but Post Falls comes up with the big stop. Kendall Sage and Logan Clark hold it at the line and the turnover on downs. Now, after Post Falls turnover, Mountain View gets the ball downfield. Henry Nelson throws a pass to Brody Munson for the score. Now, it'll be Mountain View once again. And once again, it is Nelson to his boy Munson. Another touchdown for Mountain View, feeling good on a Friday night. Now, Mavericks will be throwing it down the field once again. This time a big gain. Nelson throws deep to another receiver. This time it's Tyler Weaver who comes down with the catch near the sideline. Now, second quarter, Mountain View. Henry Nelson connects with Weaver once again. This time for a touchdown to put Mountain View up 21-0 at halftime. They would end up winning 24-14 over Post Falls.
Now let's head up north. War Memorial Field, where Sandpoint hosted Bonneville in the first round of the 4A playoffs. Bulldogs coming off a semifinal run last year. On the first Sandpoint possession, Max Frank catches the short screen pass, follows his blockers, makes a nice stiff arm there, and that springs them loose. The trail defenders can't keep up with them, and just like that, the Bulldogs are on top, but not done yet. Must be something in the waters of Lake Pend Oreille. On the next offensive play from scrimmage for Sandpoint, it'll be Cody Brewster taking the handoff, bouncing to the outside, breaks that poor kid's ankles, and it's a foot race from there. A swarm of bees, you like that, Julian, can't catch up with him until he falls into the end zone to extend the Sandpoint lead. Now in the second, it's going to be Frank getting the nod again, finds a nice gap up the middle. And the speed of the Bulldogs was very apparent this evening. He's in for the second touchdown of the half, and it's all going the home team's way. That 8-hour drive might have taken the legs out of Bonneville. How about a little defense, though? Bees desperate to get something going, just have to air it out. Eli Allhouse is there for the interception, takes it all the way back into Bonneville territory before eventually being taken down. Now that's going to lead to another handoff to Brewster, who's getting the yards in trunks throughout the evening, muscles his way in for another touchdown. This game was over before it even started. They even got off the bus this morning. A 48-0 shutout. Now Sandpoint is going to move on to the quarterfinals. They will face Pocatello next week.
Now Lakeland's season comes to an end. They fall on the road at Twin Falls by a final of 28-12. Now Timberlake, another team we're keeping an eye on, will host American Falls in the first round of the 3A playoffs. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So Idaho playoffs underway. But that means also the Washington schools, they're going to start their playoffs very soon. They're ended their regular season, including with a couple games at One Spokane Stadium.
Right, yeah, we got a couple of GSL teams wrapping up the regular season, trying to sneak into the playoffs here in the last week. That's where we send it to Sydney.
We're going to have Sydney, who is covering those games at One Spokane Stadium. How were they over there?
They were great, and they did not seem to be stopped by the cold weather. All the offenses were rolling, and even the offenses I just saw. So we're going to take you right to one of the two games at One Spokane Stadium tonight. Rogers was looking for their third consecutive win as they took on North Central right across the street. North Central is going to have the ball here. They're just down one touchdown in the first quarter. NC quarterback Tommy Elliott finds a familiar face. That's Nick Elliott in for the TD to put the Wolfpack on the board. And the Pirates are going to be ready to respond here. They'll bring in their quarterback, Jacob Proctor Jr. He's going to pitch it out to a name we've been hearing a lot, Gavin Bodeman. This play will get Rogers a couple yards from the pylons, going to set them up for success. Proctor Jr., he's going to be up next. He'll sneak out to the right, get it into the hands of his receiver for another Pirates touchdown. And guess what? They're not done yet. Look at this. Proctor Jr. is going to go ahead and fake the first handoff, give it to Orlando Moore. He's going to get a handle on it, turn on those jets, flying down the sidelines. You guessed it, he goes all the way. Rogers' offense couldn't be stopped tonight. The Pirates take down the Wolfpack 41-6. And the Ferris Saxons were hosting the Ridgeline Falcons in the earlier game at One Spokane Stadium. It was senior night for the Saxons, but Ridgeline was hoping to spoil that party. The Falcons will start the ball to Landon Garner. All he has to do is throw it up, watch Braden Allen come down with it. That beautiful one-handed catch. Very next play, Garner over the middle to Easton Amond, who high steps into the end zone. Ridgeline scores first. Now the Falcons defense brought the heat as well. Teddy Osborne's going to be here throwing it over the middle, but Nico Pena is having none of that. A huge hit. Ridgeline gets the stop. And then back again, Gardner's going to find his man Allen wide open, and this time it's going to be for the touchdown. Allen just stands there, admires his own greatness, and then it's 14-0 Ridgeline. Ferris looking to respond here. Osborne's going to try to thread the needle, but Landon Quesnell is there for the interception. Ridgeline dominates Ferris 56-7. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Sydney. Yeah, all those games at One Spokane Stadium seem to be pretty competitive. Obviously, Ridgeline ran away with that one there, but a lot of scoring, and the games just look great, especially for TV with the wonderful lighting they got over there.
Well, plenty of games next week because while some teams are off to the playoffs, some others like Ferris are going to be playing a one-off game. You know, back in my day, when you lost the regular season finale, you were done and you took it.
Yeah.
But I guess kids these days, participation trophies.
Gotcha. We have another big game coming up on the other side of the break. You may have heard of it. Battle of the Bell, rivalry game, Mount Spokane Meade. We're going to have the highlights on the other side of the break. And you know, one of the things I love about the Inland Northwest when it comes to, at least the basketball week, is rivalry week, right?
Right.
But here, Battle of the Bell might be one of the bigger ones in the area.
Yeah, in many years it has a lot of stakes in terms of playoff implication. This year maybe not as much, but very much for Mount Spokane. Well, let's get to it. Let's head up to Union Stadium where it was the Battle of the Bell. Mount Spokane with the ball. Quarterback TJ Haberman is going to set the Wildcats up beautifully in the red zone. He's going to fall back in the pocket, finds his man Tristan Olsen right down the center. Olsen stretches over the goal line for the first points for the Wildcats on the night. Meade not going down without a fight, though. The Panthers able to get down the field quickly. Quarterback Jalen Lehman with a little screen to tight end Braden Harvey. He gets the first down and way more to set up the Panthers at the start of the second quarter. From there, it's going to be the running back, Keegan Malone. He's finishing this drive off for Meade. The point after is good as well. However, a hard-fought battle ends at Union Stadium with Mount Spokane winning 27 to 20. They look pretty good headed into the playoffs.
Fourth straight bell for Mount Spokane, by the way. Now, the Central Valley Bears hosting the University Titans in a battle for Valley supremacy. Second half, Central Valley leading by double digits. Bo Reisenauer looking to add to the lead, but his pass is picked off by Dominic Victor. Titans take over, looking to get going on offense. But this pass, watch this, tipped and into the hands of Kamani Davis, who intercepts it while on the ground. Lesson of the night, don't poke the Bears. Central Valley Bears, they roll in this one 39-14. Now over to Freeman High School, where the Scotties welcomed the Medical Lake Cardinals. Freeman, they're going to have the ball on the goal line. It's going to be 4th and 1. Should be an easy touchdown, right? Nah, Medical Lakes with a stone-cold stop. Cardinals take over on downs. But the Freeman defense, you know, they weren't going to take that lightly. They took that personal. It'll be Colton Wells. Comes flying in the backfield with a sack, and Freeman will get the ball back after the huge stop. And the Scotties said, you stopped us once, you're not going to do it again. Kanoa Rogan, too easy, fights his way into the end zone, and then peep the touchdown celebration dance. We love it right here. It was all Freeman after that, dancing their way to a victory. Freeman runs away with it by a final of 35-15.
Who says football is only for Fridays? Well, this one's from last night. Gonzaga Prep and Lewis and Clark right across the street at One Spokane. Second quarter, after Tigers field goal, Nico Alexander is going to back to return, bobbles it, but that's no problem because he's going to find a hole, cuts up the field, and there's just really no one to stop him. He takes this one to the house. That extends the G-Prep lead, but just before the half, Lewis and Clark is going to get back into this one. Jack Paradon goes deep to his boy Ian Schwartz, who reels it in for the score. That keeps LC within striking distance. They actually take the lead in the fourth quarter, so the Bullpups need an answer. They get it here. Jonah Keller works perfectly on that pitch, scampers for the long touchdown run, and Gonzaga Prep goes up 28-25 with just a few minutes remaining. So LC down to their final chance. The pass by Paradon's picked up by Neil Verk. That seals it for the Bullpups. And that means their only loss so far this year is from a team from your neighborhood, Julian, down in California.
Yeah, Inglewood got them at the start of the year. Tough one there, but Lewis and Clark certainly fought hard. Yeah. Check this out now. Priest River High School didn't have enough players to field a varsity and JV team this year. So the JV team technically acts as both, which makes scheduling games pretty difficult. Last night, Priest River had a last-minute homecoming for their one and only senior on the team, Kemper Dabrowski. Homecoming / senior night, there he is right there. Dabrowski also won Homecoming King, go figure. Crowned him MVP of the night as well as King Kemper with a huge run to the end zone. No one is catching him. Turns on the boosties there. Priest River, they hang on to beat Sandpoint JV 19-18. Perfect ending to a perfect night for Mr. Kemper there.
Pretty cool. How does he see out that visor? Pretty dark visor there.
Yeah, well, that also doesn't let the defense know which way he's running.
Ooh, so. Yeah, I can't see your eyes.
Yeah, we're going to have a top plays of the night after we return on Friday Night Sports Extra. These ones, I promise you won't want to miss. Now, this week is a little bit special for top plays because it seems like we got some familiar names in the top three this week, and you know, testament to their greatness there.
Right.
But exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, number 3 is going to go to a name that we've heard time and time again this season. It goes to our boy Kimoni Davis, Central Valley's Kimoni Davis comes up with a big interception there. Let's see that again. Yeah, he's been making plays all along the field, on the offense, on the defense. You name it here. Let's see it one more time. Yeah, you got to get the celebration in with your boys there first, Kimoni. One more time. Here it is. The pass, little bit of a tip, and there he heads up play. You know what? Get on the plane to Tempe. The defense needs you for the Cougs tomorrow, Kimoni.
Love the hand-eye coordination there by Kimoni Davis.
And we'll take you to play number 2. Just another name, Julian and Alex, we hear time and time again. Orlando Moore of Rogers High School. Moore gets the ball. Clearly, no one is catching him. He takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown as the Pirates are going to defeat North Central again, 41-6. We'll roll that back one more time to see the greatness. Look at that speed. He comes out to the left. Yep.
Yeah, once he gets
he's not getting stopped.
Yeah, full steam ahead, Orlando
runs
Moore.
all the way into the goal there.
Even his
is that just 1 point? Is he offsides? What is it?
Trying to play soccer there. Now, our top play goes to Ridgeline's Braden Allen, who made this one-handed grab on the sideline, Odell Beckham Jr. style. Now, this Ridgeline team, let me tell you guys, they have some dudes at receiver. The best part about this, if we look at it again here, is Allen making the catch and then, you know, no big deal, just one-handed grab.
His crush is in the stand. He can't be playing it off too cool.
He had a couple touchdowns as well. They defeat Ferris 56-7. Yeah, so a lot of top plays.
Yep.
Big weekend in college football as well.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about it. Other side of the break. Friday Night Sports Extra returns. Don't go anywhere.